Hello, just bring it back. Try and get a bit closer so you can hear. I noticed the volume on the last video was all over the place. Right, this is part 10. I don't know if it qualifies as a full part on its own, but I've been messing around with electronics, messing up electronics. I've spent a day and a half trying to rewire the Honda jack to no avail, because when I took it apart I cut some wires, and since some of the wires have come loose, and I've spent a day and a half not rewiring it properly. I'm going to get one pickup going and all sorts. This is all the stuff that lived inside it. It's active. You've got your two volume controls, one for each pickup. There was a stacked tone pot, like an active circuit there, stacked tone pot, active EQ, which I managed to break the tone pot as well, so that was good. And all the bits are, all the rest is the hardware. Now, not a total loss, because on the new base we're building, I did say I was going to wire the pickup, or pickups, whatever I go with, straight to the output jack, and then there'd just be an earth to the bridge. So it'd be an earth circuit and a hot circuit, that's it. So I thought, well, I'm struggling with this. This is rapidly becoming the parts base for the other one. So why don't I just take everything out and wire both these pickups straight to the new output jack, and then earth to the bridge, and see what happens. I'm not an electronics guy, and I've heard that if you do that, you need to put a tone capacitor in, and it can make it too bright or thin or whatever. So I thought, you know what, this guitar, this jack is like I say, rapidly becoming. I've got a funny feeling at the moment that I'm going to use this bridge off of this, and I'm actually going to just use these pickups because they sound awesome, and just have this pickup configuration, this bridge and an output jack on the new bass, and just have this as an empty spare body, which I can rebuild later, buy parts for, or just maybe just sell it as an empty spares or repairs, just a body. You never know, some enthusiast out there might have a broken neck and got all good bits he wants to put on it, whatever. So I'm going to turn you round. I've got you set up, you're sat on my big bass amp, well, half of my big bass amp in the house, and it's like ridiculously loud. Okay, so to get an idea of what it sounds like, I figured I'd just A/B the two basses. My normal bass with everything turned full up, how I normally have it, and this bass with no controls whatsoever, pickups straight to the jack. I'm using half of one of my stacks, and it's ridiculously loud. So I've got the volume on like 1, and I'm normally up at the studio. I've normally got it on number 5, and I've got 2 running. So I've got this on 5, and I've got that valve amp on halfway, 12 o'clock as well. So you can imagine how ridiculously loud this is. But up at the studio rehearsal place, it's a massive open area, so the sound gets lost. Anyway, so I'm going to, it's noisy, I'm going to sit you up here somewhere, grab both basses and just play a bit, and see how it comes out. Alright, first thing I'll say is it don't sound any different to me between the two basses, apart from this one's a bit more powerful, the pickups being what they are, got a bit more grunt to them. The pickups in the Squire are obviously cheap, they're Chinese, Indonesian or whatever, they're great, they sound fine. Like I say, I don't use controls on my basses. My amp, my pedals do my sound. I don't even use a volume control. I've got a mute switch, and that's it. It's, you know, very unprofessional. So anyway, let's Sounds bloody awesome. Excuse me, I haven't played a long scale neck for so long, my fingers are struggling. Let's get a plectrum on it. Okay, let's try the next bass. Okay, the Squire Jag, my standard normal bass I normally use. Well, obviously they're slightly different sounding basses because they've got different pickups, they're completely different basses. But the sound is fine. I'm very much of the, whatever bass I strap on, matron, whatever bass I put on, I turn everything up to the max and just tweak my amps to get the sound I want. So obviously it's going to sound different again with, if I put that and these in the smaller body of the one we're building with a shorter neck, it's going to sound different again, but it's not. I was expecting it to be a really thin and horrible wispy sound. I don't know whether I've wired this in series or parallel, I've got no idea. I've taken the hot cable from each pickup, joined them at the end and soldered it onto the hot pickup of the hot terminal of the output jack. I've taken the two earth cables, joined them together at the end, soldered that to the outer earth sleeve, and I've run a cable from that same point, earth on the sleeve, to the back of the bridge, so the whole thing's earth, so I don't electrocute myself. So that's, I don't know, I'll have to look it up. As I say, I don't know anything about electronics, so whether it's series or parallel, I haven't even set up the pickup height, I haven't even looked at that. Sounded fine. So there you go. So we may well be using this bridge and these pickups on the new beastie. That will save me 175 quid and about 100 quid for a, I was going to go for a one humbucker, but these are free and they sound really nice, so I'll probably just use this. Oh, right, and this amp is ridiculously loud. Can't believe how stupidly loud this lot is. So that was part 10. That's where I am due to my lack of wiring ability. I've made myself a few decisions, probably saved myself 300 quid in parts as well, so we'll see. It probably changes as I go along, normally do. So thanks for watching. I've been Springy, peace and love, see you for part 11. Cheers.